everyone, it's me again. My name is Khang. I'm 7 years old. Today, we are going to talk about exploring our world. Let's read and discover level 5. Let's start with introduction to chapter 2.
Oxford Read and Discover, Level 5, Exploring Our World, by Jacqueline Martin, read by Barbara Barnes. Published and copyright Oxford University Press, 2010. Introduction. Explorers are people who leave their home to discover new places.
Explorers are people who leave their home to discover new places.
Or to learn new things about people, plants, or animals.
Or to learn new things about people, plants, or animals.
To learn more about our world, they
go
on exciting journeys.
They go on exciting journeys.
Through forests. Across hot or icy deserts. Up mountains or down rivers.
Up mountains or down rivers.
Do you know about any famous explorers?
Did you know about any famous explorers?
Do you know what places they explored and
Did you know what places they explored and why?
Why? Where are these places?
Discover!
Now read and discover more about explorers and exploring our world.
Now read and discover more about explorers and exploring our world.
Chapter 1. Exploring. Thousands of years ago, early people knew about only a very small part of the world.
Early people knew about only a very small part of the world.
Today, we know a lot more, and some of our information comes from explorers. Explorers have changed the world.
Today, we know a lot more, and some of our information comes from explorers. Explorers have changed our world.
Why do people explore?
Why do people explore?
Early people traveled around to find food and water.
Early people travel around to find food and water.
Most explorers travel because they are curious.
Most explorers travel because they are curious.
And want to discover new places.
And to
learn new things. Some early explorers hoped to get rich by discovering new plants, animals, or treasures.
Some early explorers hoped to get rich by discovering new plants, animals, or treasure, and by selling them when they got home.
Today,
explorers
travel to have an adventure. To learn more about remote places. To find something new. To help science. Or maybe to be famous.
Today, explorers travel to have an adventure, to learn more about remote places, to find something new, to help science, or maybe to be famous.
Where do people explore? Early explorers wanted to find new places or people. They crossed land and explored deserts, forests, rivers, and mountains. Then they started to explore the oceans.
Early explorers wanted to find new places or people. They crossed land and explored deserts, forests, rivers, and mountains. Then they started to explore the ocean.
Today, many explorers want to be the first to go somewhere a new way. Some try to find a different route or look for new ways to travel. Others want to be the youngest, the fastest, or the first to do something. For example, climb a mountain.
Today, many explorers want to be the first to go somewhere a new way. Some try to find a different route. Look for new ways to travel. Others want to be the youngest, the fastest, or the first to do something. For example, climb a mountain. Discover!
An Italian explorer called Reinhold Messner
An Italian explorer called Reinhold Messner
was the first person to climb all 14 mountains that are more than 8,000 meters high.
Was the first person to climb all 14 mountains that are more than 8,000 meters high.
How do people explore?
How did people explore?
Early explorers used only the stars to find their way. Explorers wanted to share what they found, so they wrote about their journeys and made maps. On the maps, they drew mountains, rivers, and other things that they had seen, to make it easier for other travelers to follow the same route.
Early people used only the stars to find their way. Explorers wanted to share what they found, so they wrote about their journeys and made maps. On the maps, they drew mountains, rivers, and other things that they had seen, to make it easier for other travelers to follow the same route.
About 2,200 years ago, Chinese people invented the compass.
About 2,200 years ago, Chinese people invented the compass.
A compass always points north,
A compass always points north,
so it tells you which direction you are traveling in.
so it tells you which direction you are traveling in.
GPS instruments
GPS instruments
that use satellites
that use satellites
help modern explorers
help modern explorers
to find out where they are. Why is exploring important?
Why is exploring important?
Information from some early explorers has helped people to make maps to show what the world is like.
Information. Why is exploring important? Information from some early explorers has helped people to make maps to show that the world is like.
The things that they wrote tell us what life was like.
The things that they wrote tell us what life was like. It's a bit dark, so I'm going to turn off the light. Okay, that's better. Let's read next.
A long time ago, in the places that they visited.
Things that they wrote tell us what life was like.
Explorers have learned about
The things that they wrote tell us what life was like a long time ago in the places that they visit. Explorers
new plants and animals
have learned about new plants and animals,
discovered new materials,
discovered new materials,
and learned new languages.
and learned new languages.
They have also discovered inventions and different ways of doing things. For example, new ways of farming. Discover! Modern explorers are still finding new things. Scientists hope that in the future, they will find cures for many diseases in the rainforests and the oceans.
They have also discovered inventions and different ways of doing things. For example, new ways of farming. Modern explorers are still finding new things. Scientists hope that in the future they will find cures for many diseases in the rainforest and the ocean. Okay, chapter 2. Finish. Track 2.
Chapter 3. Exploring the Past.
Hey, it's early. Hey, wait for me a minute. I want to go. Wait for me a second. I just leave for a moment. Track.
Chapter 2.
来
Early Explorer.
Chapter 2. Early explorers.
Early people traveled around to look for food.
Early people travel around to look for food.
But they weren't explorers.
But they weren't explorers.
Explorers go from their homeland to discover something about another place.
Explorers go from their homeland to discover something about another place.
And then they come back and tell people what they found.
And they come back to tell people what they found.
Early people.
Early people.
People have lived in most parts of the world
People have lived in most parts of the world
for thousands of years.
for thousands of years.
Scientists think that early people started in Africa and traveled to Asia.
Scientists think that early people started in Africa and traveled to Asia.
By about 40,000 years ago,
But about 40,000 years ago,
there were people in almost every part of Africa, Asia, and Europe.
there were people in almost every part of Africa, Asia, and Europe.
By about 15,000 years ago,
By about